The gentleman I'm about to introduce, I count as one of the most profound blessings of my life. I've asked a very special guest to introduce this very special man. Hit it, Jim.
Hi, Benjamin Bear, and I just want to welcome you to Unity today. And I wanted to introduce to you my oldest friend. He was my childhood buddy. His name is Hal Price. And he's going to be talking to you today about the power of your heroic heart and the difference it can make in the world every day. So sit back and enjoy. Hal, are you ready? All right, come on up. Ladies and gentlemen, Hal Price. Yay!
Wow. Eli, great job. Is just like we rehearsed it. He's so awesome, isn't he? Oh, man. So, and I brought the picture that you drew for me. Thank you so much. Good morning, boys and girls and kids of all ages. Yes, that's where he belongs, front row. Honestly, how do we not stay in our child's heart today? Amy, that meditation went right through me. Thank you so much. Put me right in my heart, so I got to quit crying so I can talk for a few minutes here. But first of all, I'm both honored and delighted to be here this morning to share with you one and only. I'm going to only give you one message and one bear. My secret message is this. Shh, don't tell anybody, okay? There is one highly unique gift, purpose, and message that each one of us here on the planet has a chance to bring into the world. We are each messengers from our heart. And to make the world a better and more a lovable place. Can you feel it? There's something inside of all of us, that childlike magic that just pours through us. We lose that along the way. It's so sad. This planet is a place where miracles happen when your joy and your desire and your belief and your passion and your creativity and one very unique gift that you have to bring into the world will show up for you. This is a much needed thing that you will create to establish your own unique loving signature on this planet. This will be our signature. Wow. There's something inside of each one of us we're meant to bring into the world. And they will show us how. The children will lead the way, for sure. It's your personal masterpiece. It's here on earth. We can do it here. Now let's just take a moment to feel our miracle of creation. Close your eyes for a second and think of something that you love doing and creating that just makes your heart smile. It'll be something that brings joy and to everyone around you and it lights everybody that loves you up when they see you experiencing your joy. What is that gift that you have? What is that message that you're meant to bring? How do you bring that joy and your childlike heart to life again? I became aware of my purpose as a child because I got to enjoy my gift every single night. Do you know what it was? For many years, do you have a slide? Where's the slide? There's my mom. That's me and my mom. And I had the world's very, very best storyteller. Every night, she would snuggle up with me before we would go to bed. And she would ask me, what was the best part of your day? And I would tell her. And she would make up a rhyme every night about my day. You can come back, Mona. You can come back. Every night I got that. And she would then read me a bedtime story. These are my children's books from when I was a little boy. The Three Bears. Remember these? This is 1954. God help me. I loved bedtime stories. You know, that was our ritual every night. I was the oldest by 4 years. I had her to myself for such a long time. It was awesome. But we would snuggle up and we would recap the day. We'd get on our knees, say our prayers, hop back in the bed and snuggle. And she would rhyme for me. So rhyming became a part of my DNA. I didn't know. My grandmother was a poet as well. So I'm going to read you a little story that I wrote about my dad a couple of years ago. It's called The Bear Essentials. There's my book. Are you guys ready for a story? Yeah. Okay. Hey, grab a bear. What are you waiting on? You got to snuggle with something, right? Does everybody have a bear? Just boop. Oh, Eli, oh my gosh. Are you all right? He's fine. Whew. All right. And I'll do it. I made a big giant book so we can do this together. Can I come up here? Can you see me if I sit down? Can y'all follow me? I'm just walking around. Oh, but you can't see me down there. You can? Oh, you're on the big screen. I love technology. It's so much has changed. The Bear Essentials. See, this is Eli snuggling with his dad. And this is a true story that I turned into a poem about me and my dad. Okay? Oh, it comes up. Okay, you ready, guys? There's a story every father bear shares with his sweet young cub. They tell him at the perfect time when their cub needs special love. See him looking happy? Eli Benjamin Bear he's very sad. His dad was leaving town. Eli begged his father not to leave. He wanted him around. Eli asked, did mother tell you? I won the spelling bee. Tomorrow at assembly, they'll give my award to me. Eli's father said, hey, Cracker Jack, I'm very proud of you. You're smart and kind and loving, and there's nothing you can't do. Eli's father looked down and said, son, I have to leave tonight. I can sit here while you fall asleep, then turn out your bedroom light. Eli Benjamin Bear began to pout. He pitched a little fit. He turned his back on Daddy Bear saying, if I had your job, I'd quit. Eli's father cried a little tear. Can you see the little tear up on the thing there? There's a little tear right there. I can see oh, look, we're on television. What? Where'd that come from? Eli's father cried a little tear that Eli did not see. I'm sorry that you feel this way. Your sadness saddens me. Eli's father stroked his young son's head, saying, come on now, Cracker Jack. I don't mean to upset you, but if you wait, I'll be right back. He said, I have a gift for you my papa gave to me. Who would his papa be? His grandfather? Yeah. Yes. Awesome. Good. Oh. My papa gave to me. Like you, I was an angry bear, so mad I could not see. Papa said he wrote this letter for the times we feel apart, to remember we are always loved and connected by our heart. See how happy Eli is that he has this letter? This is a letter his grandfather wrote for his dad when his dad was being bad. Whew. It's going to be good. Ready? This letter is so special. I've kept it locked indoors. By the time you wake tomorrow, This letter will be yours. Eli snuggled tightly with his dad. He'd never felt so close. He heard his father's beating strong. That's the sound he loved the most. Oh, you have that too. I'm new to all of this. Papa called it Bare Essentials, way to live life from your heart. Look, he's jumping up and down on the bed. He's got this letter. He's going to give it to his kid. This is so exciting. How's he going to fall back asleep after all this excitement? I don't know. He looked at Eli lovingly and said, relax, son. Now let's start. Here's the magic. Be who you are and know yourself. Pretenders are not real. Say what you mean and don't hold back. Express the way you feel. When you know yourself, you can't be lost, and your life will take you far. The key is being true to you and remembering who you are. Respect all life. It's here for you, and trust your heart to guide. Know love surrounds you every day. It never leaves your side. See, Eli's wandering in the woods. He's imagining himself out there in the world, being in nature where love always surrounds us. Be still and quiet. You're not alone. And in your stillness hear the whispers of a wise, sweet voice that cares for you, my dear. Please laugh and sing out every day. Your joy expressed in sound can fill the hearts of those you love. They're blessed when you're around. See him with all of his friends out in the woods, aren't they? Even the skunk showed up. Whew. It wasn't a perfect day. Remember, everybody, remember, every word and thought creates the world you'll see. And say, I love you every day. And say it joyfully. Remember, you are special, child, and have a precious gift. And when you bring your gift to serve, the hearts you touch will lift. There's no one else like you, my child. You are stardust made from love. Appreciate the life you have and thank your stars above. I promise you can change the world. Allow your feelings to be felt and trust the wisdom of your heart to let you be yourself. One final message for you now. Its power will ring true. I believe in you with all my heart. Now you believe in you. Eli's dad leaned down to kiss his head, saying, I love you and your heart. You are my greatest gift of love. I felt it from the start. Believe in you. Eli Bear then asked his father, will you love me while you're gone? Eli's father smiled and kissed his head, saying, I will love you all life long. Father Bear tucked Eli's blanket snug and turned the nightlight on. He watched his bear cub fall asleep, and the next day, he was gone. Their two hearts were connected now. Eli's dad stayed in his heart. Eli felt his father's love for him. Now, they'd never be apart. See how happy he is snuggled up there? He got to go to sleep finally. Eli woke up feeling special. His heart felt special too. He heard his heart say quietly, Eli Bear, I sure love you. His heart's talking. What? Eli's heart beat softly as it said, there are things I'd like to share about how special you are now. You are not your average bear. It's true, your heart can speak to you. It can help you find your way. There are secret ways to listen. You can trust what it will say. It can teach you how to listen. It can teach you how to hear. It can teach you why you're special, and it's always very clear. Eli Bear got so excited, he had a new best friend. Who's his best friend? His heart. what am I going to do with you? His heart. We listen to our hearts. I love you. Eli Bear got so excited. He had a new best friend. He could ask his heart for guidance. He could ask things without end. Eli thought about so many things. Where would his questions start? He sat quietly on the bedside and he placed his hand upon his heart. His first questions all were big ones he knew his heart would know. He quizzed his young heart endlessly, each to guide and help him grow. Now he knew his father loved him because he felt it in his heart. And even though they were apart, and he felt his love surrounded because he knew it in his heart. Now that Eli Bear has learned to listen to his heart, can you listen to yours? So we have a little page where you guys can go and write down, I'm happiest when, the person that makes my heart smile, a special gift or talent that I want in the world, the one thing I'm thankful for. But we want to be in a place of gratitude. And the fun thing I didn't lift out was, I didn't tell you this, Michael Avery and I met like the third day I ever moved from Georgia, where the accent comes from, to California. And we were walking the beach one day, and I told him I had this idea for this book way back then. And Michael said, you need to illustrate it. I said, yeah, I do. He says, I know the perfect guy. Michael Bayouth, who used to work for Walt Disney and animated the penguins in the Mary Poppins film on stage where the penguins were dancing. And then he went to work for Stan Lee at Marvel Comics. But I had this, talk about when you get your heart lined up and you ask for what your heart needs to see in the world, it just shows up. And so, Michael, that's one of the great gifts that you've given me, and I appreciate that. So I'm going to go back up. Everybody's okay? I'm going to go back up and talk for a few minutes. Will you watch my book for me? Don't let it go anywhere. And I have old knees, so bear with me. Up, 2, 3, 4. Whose blanket? Oh, good. I might need one too. Oh, I forgot to put on my bedtime story hat. Here you go. I'll finish it with this. Okay. So, here we go. So, there's some gift in every one of us. My mom placed that one in me. That rhyming pattern, listening to her heart beating as I was going to sleep every night. It'll whisper to you. It's going to whisper to you. And you just have to listen to that. I was raised by an amazing mom. She was the best bedtime storyteller of all times. And I just loved my time with her. But unfortunately, 24 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with something that made her forget things. Does anybody know what that is? Alzheimer's. And for 10 years, we took care of her at home. And then eventually, it became dementia. And we couldn't do anything with that. So I just wanted to be reminded of her at this time. And we really sad to see Mom go. And I went to visit her very first day at the Alzheimer's Care Unit in Columbia, South Carolina, the Carol Campbell Center. And I walked in there, and Mom had lost her vision. And I walked in, and I gave her a big kiss and a big hug, and she slapped the you-know-what out of me. She said, "Who are you? And why are you kissing me?" I'm like, oh. I said, "I'm your son." She didn't believe me. She said, "No, my son's 3 years old." She didn't remember me as a grown man. It was so hard. And I said, "I'm sorry for scaring you, Mrs. Price." I went home to her old house, and I just prayed and I cried. I'd lost a part of her, which was a part of me. But I didn't lose her as a child. So I prayed, and my heart said, "Hal, you've got to go higher." I'm like, I got to go higher? Mama, it's a one-story house. Why am I going to go higher? And I just thought about it. I'm like, bedtime stories. They're in the attic. And I went up and I found this box of just all my bedtime stories. I've got the Three Bears and Chicken Little and all my fun little books. I went and got them all, and I packed them all back up, and I found this old guy right here. This is my original Eli Benjamin bear. What? Yes. You want to smell him? Anyway, I packed up everything, and I went back, and I said, I have to approach this thing very differently. So I went back the next day, and I said, Mrs. Price, I've been asked to be a reader for you today. Would you mind if I read you a story? And she said, that would be wonderful. So I put this bear in her lap, and she said, he smells awful. I said, well, he's been away for 50 years. I'll have to clean him later. But anyway, it was just like, I pulled out my Chicken Little book, and I just started reading that. And as I read that story, my mom mouthed the words to every page. And then she started saying it for every book that I read. She knew the words and the story. And I said, there you are. You'll never leave me. So I said, I went home and I just like, what do I do with this? What do I do with this? And I just, Mom passed away in 2014, and I began writing stories from my heart, for nobody else. And I wrote this little book about that bear called A Heart's Journey Home, where he has a heart scare when he's first born, and the doctors can't take care of his heart. The bear doctors really don't know much about hearts at the hospital. So they had to send him 300 miles away to Heroic Heart Hospital. And the nurse there, I spend 5 chapters talking about the nurse who teaches him. She says, the doctors can fix your heart, but you need to learn how to use your heart. And she gives him guidance and meditations on how to follow his heart. So anyway, that was, remember I said there's one thing. I worked for the Coca-Cola Company. I managed a lot of professional sports athletes, but I was never fulfilled. My bank was full, but my heart was not. And I just walked away from everything. And I said, I'm supposed to use this gift. It took me 52 years to figure it out. But that gift is in every side of every one of us. Ask your heart, what is it here that I'm here to do? And you can change the world one story at a time, one gift at a time, one service at a time. But we're here to do that. And as destiny would have it, unintentionally, I became the bedtime story guy. This little story right here is 25,816 words of perfect poetry. Thank you, Grandma and Mom. So I used this book. It's used in South Carolina now. I went back to my home state, and I met with the principal, and I said, if there's one thing that you could do with the kids here, what would it be? She says, Hal, I don't know. They're a Title I school. Their grandmothers are raising them all. They're not going to make it to middle school. She said, what would you do? I said, self-confidence. She said, how do you teach that? I said, I was 50 plus before I wrote my first book. Let's help the kids write and publish their own books before they go to middle school. And we got a grant to do that. So now we work with all the kids to help them how to write their stories and how to publish those stories and stuff. So anyway, I loved working with the kids. To date, I've written 14. Is there a slide here that has all the pictures of the books? I don't know what you're. Oh, there they are. Those are my 14 international bestsellers so far, except for the one down at the bottom, which I'm a photographer in for the Carpinteria food book that we did. But so I have so many more stories inside of me, but I want to go out as me to inspire people to do their work. I think my work is mostly done. It's now telling them why it's important. So writing Telling stories, sharing stories is now my passionate legacy that my mom planted in me from day one. And it didn't show up till 50 years later, but don't let your gift die inside of you. The world needs your gift. And speaking of gifts today, Michael and I have put a little deal together where every kid gets a bear. And we got a Heart's Journey Home or some kind of book, whatever we'll do later on. We'll figure out all that stuff. But these are my ambassadors of love. I give them away to a lot of people. So it's like Doritos. Eat all you want, we'll make more. But it's my hope that this little bear will remind you one day when you least expect it, that there will be something that wakes you up to an idea, a service, or a need that your heroic heart will guide you to bring into the world where it belongs and nurture it and invite people to have you tell your story and to inspire other people to find their and keep and love their own heroic hearts. So, do we have oh, there he is. That's what it feels like when you do it. Your heart lights up because you've written something that's important and it's your heart's truth. Our heart's truth needs to be put in the world right now, especially right now. And anyway, this world is pulling for your greatness, and I am too. Bless you all. Thank you.